Okay, hey folks, how you doing? Chuck Holton here. I am back in Ukraine, in Kiev. Got here yesterday morning, and I am just getting ready to go live on Newsmax. So I wanted to show you kind of a quick behind the scenes of what that looks like. Normally would have a crew here taking care of all the details in the back, but they're down in the south in Odessa right now. So I'm doing everything myself, which is not a big deal because I'm accustomed to that. Normally, when I travel for CBN, I do everything myself anyway. So not a huge deal. But so we've got a studio set up in this suite in the Premier Palace Hotel in downtown Kiev, which is a pretty, I mean, war is hell, but somebody's got to stay at the Premier Palace. You know what I mean? It's not bad digs at all. It's pretty amazing, actually. If you look here, this is our balcony, and I've got camera set up there and some lights because it's super bright outside. So I have to have this massive light so that I'm not all backlit like I am right now. But I will turn the camera around here so you can get a better look at that. Tiny little camera. The camera is connected to a laptop via an adapter right here that allows me to use a good camera with a Skype feed through my laptop. The laptop itself is connected to the Wi-Fi here at the Premier Palace, but it is also connected via that Cat5 cable to a Wi-Fi hotspot that I purchased, and it gives it two streams, so it can multi-thread the video, give me a lot more bandwidth, and make it a much more stable shot. Of course, we've got this big LED panel here, and then a big light there. I'm up on the fifth floor of the Premier Palace, so if we look outside, you can see the street down below. Now that the people are coming back to Kiev, it's becoming very noisy on this street because people like to race along the street and lots of motorcycles and that sort of thing. So it's become less ideal place for our live hits here, uh, and just because it's become so noisy. However, I brought with me a microphone. It's called a MD46 Sennheiser that I bought in New York City specifically for places that have lots of background noise. Good morning, Alberta, Canada. How are you, Marguerite? Um, this microphone is really good at tamping down the background noise. I just keep it close to my mouth, and it will uh, make it. It'll pick me up, but not uh, the rest. Quite the techie. Yeah, it is good that people are coming back here. I went downtown yesterday, um, which is only a block from here, and there are tons of people out. Let me just show you. You can see people walking on the street there. That's not very many, but if you go one street over, there's a massive amount of people that are out going to, uh, they're going to restaurants and shops, and the mall is open, a high-end mall in downtown Kiev. So people are obviously pretty optimistic about the outcome of this war and not so much worried about the few missile strikes and things that are happening on a continual basis around this country. Russia has proven itself to be really ineffective. The things that they bomb are not tactical targets. They do hit apartment buildings and stuff, but you're right. People want to move on with their lives. Now, I wanted to show you the rest of this setup here before I have to go because I got to go live here in just a few minutes. Um, you can see that box right there. That's a Rode Go microphone that's plugged into the camera. That goes to this receiver right here, and that receiver is plugged into this microphone, and that's how we get our audio into the camera. So it looks complicated, and maybe it is a little bit complicated, but it's not really that bad. You have a camera, you have lights, you have a microphone, you have a connection bandwidth. I can monitor the show here on my laptop before we go live. And there's a little bit of a delay. So when you hear me talking on Newsmax, I'm actually saying those words a couple of seconds before you hear them, which is normal for all television. But it's a pretty nice room. Can't complain about the digs here, although it's a little incongruous to have my body armor sitting there. Try to keep that ready at all times just in case something happens. So that's just a quick tour of the studio that we have here. And I always think it's interesting to see the behind the scenes stuff, no matter what we're talking about. I will be here in Kiev for another few days, and then we'll probably head out closer to the front lines, just depending on what is happening. They're talking about maybe Russia might make another play for Kiev. They're maybe massing troops in Belarus again. But the people here in Kiev have not let down their guard to any major extent, and there would be a big fight for Kiev. Just like Mariupol, just like Kherson, any of the places that Russia has been able to take, they have had to destroy completely in order to take them. And so when you look out this, I mean, this is a city of several million people, and you look out here at these buildings. I saw pictures the other day of this shot right here, and all of these buildings were here in 1914. That I don't know if you can see the dome over there. There's a no, it's behind those trees. There's a metal dome, but all of that was here since 1914, which means it survived World War II. And I sort of am, pretty sure that it'll survive the Russians because, as we've seen over and over again, they're very poorly led, very poorly trained, very poorly maintained, and very poorly motivated. And so let's pray for a swift end to this war. And I got to go because I got to go live here in about 10 minutes. So watch NewsmaxTV.com, and I'll be on in just a few minutes. We'll see you.